Yeah, I think I have a. Okay, I'm having a host now. Okay. Okay. So what we have discussed previously, uh, we saw the life cycle and composer code workflow. I think we have seen this.
No, no, no. Life cycle we haven't seen. So some Java program you are just explaining in between.
Okay. I mean, I think I have
Means
composer.
means you have told that composer tool how to dot deploy and all. So in between the Java programming you are explain one or two. So later, so I will tell you that next we will discuss. One program you also told in between, but after that it was not gone forward. So even I am not clear on this workflow. Maybe means you are explain me, but what happened is the what I can say relating to programming. You are explaining in between some 6 or 7 programs at least Java. So later that topic is stopped in between due to that system problem. Hello.
Okay, okay, okay. I got your point.
If you want, I will display the video also if you allow me. So because those are all two important steps, I think so. Apart from the DQL and these things, monthly reports. So these workflow and life cycle is very much important for the admin prospect.
Okay. Yep.
I guess if I am not wrong.
Okay. So as I can remember that we have this. Okay, I have just opened my document as well, I think. Okay. Anyway, so we were discussing the DFC code, Documentum Foundation classes, and I have just opened, and we saw that how to create session, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, so- okay, just give me a share my screen so that will let me know once you see my screen.
Yes.
Right. So I told you how to create a session, right? I mean, using this, how to write a session and create a session. We'll write, we'll write another method and to create folders. How to create folder, right? So this is a method because I have already written these methods. So just I'm making you understand how to write,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So for example, uh, in case we have to create a folder, so we need to display, I mean, need to provide the folder path. What kind, exact, at what path we have to create a folder,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then we have to pass a session with, right, I mean, it required two things:
Okay.
folder path and the session, correct? And I have this create session is a session manager. Here we can get the session manager.
Okay.
So let's return id of session manager.
Okay.
Now this method will return the id of session manager. Okay, so let's id of session. Now see what I did here. I just add up id of session manager here. So by adding this, earlier it was a void. Now it will return a session manager here, right? We store the session manager at this variable. Now we'll use for this create folder method here, right?
1 minute. I'm not getting anything. 1 minute.
Sorry.
Public static void string through exception system dot out print in sample class session manager ID session. What is this sc dot create session? What is it?
I mean, sc dot create session. Sc is a class C sample class. I mean, we have created an object of this sc, and through the sc we are calling this method create session. If you click on this create, see this, we are calling this complete method from this reference. So once we write this create session, the class will come over here and will execute these line of code.
In 1 minute only.
Okay, no problem.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Okay, give me a second.
One minute, sir.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, sir.
Not an issue. Okay. So, okay, just okay. So I have to tell you how to write a code. So this first we create a session for doing anything. We have to create a session. So first we have created a session, and the session return a IDF session object. This IDF session, right? Yes, I mean previously I told you there are a couple of factory method that we have to use to create a session. First, starting with the client X, and then IDF client, and this just gives you the repository information. And then we create a session manager. Even you can note it down as well. First of all, we start, I mean, same way as I'm telling you that you have to tell to the interviewer. Initially we start with the IDF client X method. These all are the factory method, correct? And it provides the repository information. Then uh, we create a client object with the help of client X
Okay.
object.
So this is a common, sir.
Yeah, it's a common everything. I mean, if you have to create session, you need to write these 4 5 lines
Okay.
always. And I mean, so again, see, in first line we have a client X. With the client X, I mean, with the with the help of client, we create a client object, client X. Then we create a client object, right? With the help of client, we create a session manager,
Okay.
right? And with the session manager, I mean, uh, we create a session.
Okay.
And in session manager we have to pass login information. That's login info. For session manager we have to provide the login information, and then we can create a session, right?
Okay.
And this IDF session is a interface name for session object in DFC,
Okay.
right? And then just we create a main file, and the main, we calling this method, I mean, create a class reference, right? And we just sc, I mean, just we can write anything. I mean, it's up to you, up to us. Sc object. So but that object what we create, we have to use everywhere. Sc object, right? Create session, it will create a session. Once we have a session, right? Once we have a session, after that we have to pass this session, right? Even if you remember that in DA we have to log in, right? Similarly you can say here we are logging in into the application, correct? Now once we reach to the DA, we can create a user, we can create a document, we can create a folder, we can create a cabinet, right? Like this. So let's say initially we create folder, I mean, it could create a cabinet or a particular folder all. I mean, this method what we have written. So for the creating a cabinet, what we can do, I mean, again we have to call this method create folder. Then we'll, I mean, sc object dot create folder method we have to call. Here we have to pass a path, particular path, right? In the path, let's say cabinet. I mean, this is the actual path what we are have to create in the repository. Tell me any name. Let's say HR. Okay, and HR candidates documents docs. Right. Let's say documents docs. Let's say. We create this slash HR slash docs. Right. It will create a HR cabinet, and inside the cabinet it will create docs folder. Right. Now further we have to upload a document. Correct. So if we create a folder, here we are creating a folder. What it return one object ID. So idf id folder id, right? Then we have to upload a document. It's folder, right? This code is just to create a folder. Are you getting my point? Hello, am I audible? Hello.
After the session, we need to create that folder ID. Sorry, cabinet.
Yeah, create cabinet and folder. I mean, see, that is okay. It's creating a cabinet, but are you getting my point? What we are doing here is we are creating a folder. That's a functional thing, but technical, what is happening? It is creating a folder ID and assigning that R object ID to this uh, at at this variable. Okay. Now, once we have a folder ID, what we need to do then?
Well, after folder ID, I think documents.
Right, we'll upload a document. We have to upload a document, right? So how to upload a document? Let's create a one method for uploading a documents. Right, upload document. How to upload document? So let me pick, and you okay. Meanwhile, just tell me, in case we have to upload a document, what is required? Let's say you have to create a document in DA. You have to upload a document. What things are required?
Things are for documents means objects and hello.
Let's say, you have a one PDF file. You have to upload this PDF file.
Okay.
What do you need in that case?
In that case, uh, first I need to give the document ID. Hello.
Yeah, I mean document ID. What
Then
is
contents of the document
so?
and the data for the document.
I mean, what is that document ID? It's a metadata, right? So
Metadata.
for the metadata, what it is required?
For the RDBM,
Sorry,
metadata means
I mean how does this know that this metadata is this is a metadata and all? I mean, how the documentum should know what kind of document you are uploading? I mean, how would you recognize that file, or how would the system recognize that file?
yeah,
We create a type, right?
yes,
Type is what?
type is attribute.
Uh, Type is not attribute.
Sorry, not
Hmm.
hello.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah,
Type is what? What is the object type for? I mean, what do you understand by object type?
that type means it will give that super object type means it is an internal thing which is maintained by the document.
I mean, I mean, you are saying internal means I cannot upload a custom documents in that. Is it?
Yeah, you can we can upload by using that custom type objects.
So that's what I'm asking. What is a type? Custom type is a metadata. I mean, right? What kind of document you are uploading? See, in our we have some business documents, right? They have their own attributes.
Yes,
So for uploading those documents, we have to create a type, right? I mean, if you remember, I gave you example of type,
legal document,
correct legal
legal
document,
documents and
all right? So
yes,
every object has a category. That category is called a particular type. You can say,
DM document,
yeah, document is an example of object type.
object type.
Okay, so let me upload document. Here we have to just provide the path, system path. Nothing is actually required. And ID of session, I think. See, here we are creating a new object for this type, right? Like this. And document object we have set file name object name this. We have see this line. We have created a sys object by with the method new object. We have to pass type name. If we have to create a legal document, then we have to mention the legal document. And right now we are creating a document dm underscore document, then dm document. Right now, our purpose is to create upload a document where to create a document
Uh,
in that
in
folder.
the folder, for DM underscore folder.
Not dm underscore in this folder,
Sorry, HR folder. Sorry.
hr docs, right? So we have this folder id. I mean, once the folder gets created, we'll have this folder id, right? So we'll upload a document and link to this folder. See, I mean, what I'm trying to make you understand. Okay, now we have this, we have created this object, right? This is an object we have created. Now we'll take this object, document object dot, we'll set the object name, right? We'll set the name,
Yes.
right? I mean, we will set what? We'll set the attribute values, right? Object underscore name, title, keywords, right? Following values we have to set. So there is an option dot set string. We have one method, set string method. So here you have to pass attribute name, object underscore name, right? And here you can pass the value, right? What is the object underscore name? Let's say training document. Again, another document object dot set string, and we have a set. I mean, in case if we have a repeating value attribute, then set repeating string, right? In case if we have a repeating, let's say the keyword was a repeating, right?
Right.
Keyword, I mean, at what index it is stored, 0 1 2 3, like. So you will place 1 and the value is this. Let's say documentum, correct?
Yeah.
Now for right, and then document object dot save, right? So if you remember during the API, when we were discussing the APIs, that time we were explicitly writing save, right? Save comma c.
Yes, yes.
Similar to here, I mean, see, we created an object, save object name, save keyword value, set comma c comma object name, right? The same thing is over here. And then this save. If we do not call this save method, then above statement will not be reflected. They will be executed, but not will be reflected.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
They will be reflected once this save is gets called.
Yeah, last time also you just mentioned that while writing that API query.
Correct.
Sir, 1 minute.
Mhm.
I think today totally disturbed. I think I am eating a lot.
No, no problem. You can take your
Okay,
time.
1 minute.
Not an issue.
Hello. Sorry, sir. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, getting you. Yeah, tell me.
Sorry, I think
No
delay.
problem.
Delay.
Okay, just I'm telling you. Give me a second.
So we just I saw only that document objective save.
Yeah, yeah, that's I'm telling you. Jeremy.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Okay, so I mean, what I did, uh, we were creating a session objects, right? I told you how to create a session object through
Mm.
this create session method. After that, we create a folder, right? And we'll create a folder on the particular path. So I just stored this path in a particular variable, right? This repo path variable,
Okay.
right? And with the help of this, we are creating a folder. Now, next task, we have to upload a document and link to above folder, correct? So I mean, where the I mean, we have to upload a document. We have to pick the document somewhere from your local laptop, right? I mean, from C drive, D drive, E drive, right? So we created a variable local path and provide the path of the document. Let's say the document is in C. I mean, we created a test folder in our laptop, and we have to pick that document from that particular locations. Correct? Are you getting my point? So now once we are done with this folder creation, we have to upload a document. So if you we have written a code for this uploading a document where we need to, I mean, these all are called arguments. We have to pass three arguments.
Okay.
Local path means your laptop path, and the session, and the repository path, uh, uh, to which we want that uploaded document to be set. I mean, the document uh, should be created inside that particular folder. So the document will move in created in hr/doc into that particular path. So in case if let me show you this, right here we have created a type. I mean, we have created an object of particular type because everything in Documentum we create an object of particular type. So it was told to you. I mean, though in case we do not have a custom object and we have to upload a custom uh, pdf or content file, then always select dm underscore document, right? So we have a certain metadata. We have that for that we have to update the values. The object name, we have one metadata. I mean, we I mean, we can set a lot more things. I mean, all the metadata, but we are taking very few as an sample. So set string is a method just to set single value attribute, and we have a set repeating string. We have a same method for updating a repeating a- attribute.
Okay.
So the difference between both is, on set string we do not pass any index because it is a single value attribute, and in case of repeating value attribute we have to pass a particular index. right?
Yeah.
Then we have to set content, what kind of document we are going to upload. That's a PDF. Then set file method, just to provide the exact path where to pick the document. So locally, where the locally document is resides. So right, and then link to the repository path hr/doc folder. If we do not, if we do not write this code, this line of code, this line, link line, then where this document will created, it will be created on user's default directory. If you remember that I told you, I
Yeah.
mean,
So if user is not saving and suddenly session is terminated,
yeah.
no
So
saving, like
yeah, this is right now link. For example, if this code gets failed, for example, internally by any kind of reason, if it's failed, then the document will move into the user's default directory. Correct. So right, this is to upload a document. Now, what we more can do with this, generally we write this code in a fragments, right? We will get review. Correct. Now, and now we can write equal how to execute dql, right? Create folder, create document, execute, verify that. Even the code wise also, we would like to verify whether that document is uploaded or not, right? So code to execute dql.
okay. So the equal also we are writing in the same.
Yes, we can write a dql, but the dql will be executed by the code,
Okay.
right? So let's write one method for uh, you know execute dql, right? So what we need a session id of session and string dql. Correct. So right here we need to write dql select object from dm where our object id is equal to, see, so this, let's return an object id, idf if sys object obj id. We write a dql like this, correct? And Uh, Writing a code again, it's not an easy job
Right, right.
because too many things. I mean, a lot more things need to be taken care. First, what we are writing, and also uh, we need to taken care of. I mean, the performance why that code should be tuned enough. So I mean, right now what I am writing, it's not. Um, I mean, because initially what I follow the practice, I write a code one, and then we tune that code, right? And the second point, I mean, because so many local variables I have taken, these all are called local variables. So the variables should be a minimum, right? I mean, we have to reuse variable once it created.
Okay.
So basically, what happens? See, I have take write this variable. So how it gets interpreted? I mean, how the system do this all thing? I mean, execute it. So let's say we have a RAM, right? RAM.
Okay.
Let's say we have a 64 GB RAM. So I mean, once this line gets executed, this kind of space is get allocated into the RAM, right? I mean, 0 1 0 1 0 1. So in this block, they will assign give the value. For example, again we have written a variable, right? Then again one block gets created, right? And the same value will be copied. So therefore, we have to reuse the same value.
You
If we
mean to
use
say we need to use the lesser variables or we need to use the same?
lesser variable and reuse those variable everywhere. I mean, try to write a code where you can reuse those variable, right? Because see, you have a memory, but RAM is, again, you have a limited, right? I mean, are you you could have a 1 GB or 1 TB of hard disk, but maximum how much RAM do you have? I mean, maximum you have 8 GB of RAM, 16 GB, max to max you can go for 32 GB. If very high, I mean, it's cost one, you can go for 64 GB maximum, right? So if you write these all variables, they gets created at RAM, right? So RAM has to process these variable. If you write too much of variables, then RAM will take lot more time to process those variable.
Yes, one by one it will execute as you said, serial wise. It
Yeah,
will
serial wise, but the variable will be allocate, I mean,
allocate some memory in the RAM.
exactly. So
So
therefore, yeah, I mean,
occurs or something.
yeah, I mean, if it allocate less memory, I mean, if we consume a less memory
Then
in
the
our,
execution will
yeah,
be quickly.
execution will be faster, correct? I mean, for example, I mean, you write same thing in a five places, or you just write I mean, one thing and reference of everywhere. So it would be easier, right? So because already you have written that value, just you are taking a reference, right? In during writing a code, I mean, we have a lot such kind of practices.
So one thing,
Yeah.
this is purely based on Java only or some
We have a .NET as well. I mean, this Documentum support .NET as well. But again,
you said the DFC is there, no? DFC is kind of Java type thing,
this what we are writing is a DFC.
not a Java.
No, the Java is. I mean, DFC is it is Java itself a Java. See, I mean, for example, let me make you understand. I mean, you read a mathematics, right?
Yeah,
Mathematics. In earlier days, you were write 1 2 3 4 5. I mean, numbers.
right.
Correct. Now, I mean, we have a numbers, right? I mean, now if I say that you have to, you have, I mean, if you read a calculus, calculus.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, calculus is what? Based on a mathematics.
Correct.
Similar to that, DFC, I mean, Java is a numbers and DFC is a calculus. I mean, they is the DFC is created by by using a numbers only.
Okay.
I mean, same thing is that. I mean, we are just saying that this is a calculus, but in actual, in very layman, if I say these all are the numbers, right? I mean, you arrange those number in a some one manner, in some kind of a manner, and you started calling this one another subject.
Yeah.
But in actual, they were only a numbers.
Okay.
Similar to that, these all are the Java, but they written their own code and start calling it DFC.
Okay.
I mean, the company created their own code. I mean, they have written such kind of code for own and just they market Documentum Foundation classes. Basically, they are the classes like this. I mean, they are written like this. These classes, I have written a sample class. So let's say I write this sample class and ask them, this is I mean a training class. I mean, let's say, I mean, I marked it this mind magics class,
Okay.
and anyone can use this mind magics class. So they do not write these all code.
Right.
Already code is written that they just need to use it.
Okay.
So similar to that,
Yes.
right? I mean, they created a package whole. I mean, written write a code and save that code with their name. That name is called a Documentum Foundation classes. I mean, they all are the Java classes basically.
Okay.
The
Because
found
I got confused that JFC and DFC.
JFC.
Like Java Foundation classes also.
No, no, it's not a Java. Documentum Foundation classes there.
Means
Bas-
JFC also there in Java, I guess.
that's I mean JFS, JSP, Java Server Pages. JSF is there, Java Server Facets.
No, sir, JFC also there in Google. I just
Maybe, but I'm not aware of. I
okay.
mean, so many technologies are there. I mean, Java is not again a small word. Java is
Because I don't know that language.
yeah, Java is also a kind of whole word. You know. I mean, Java is again very deep. I mean, a lot many projects, even products are there based on the Java. So many tools, Java server messaging, Java, lot more things.
Okay.
So many things. Okay, so we have write this dequel. Right now, we have to execute this dequel to verify that whether our things get created or not. So for this, we have written this execute method, right? So again, we have to call this execute method here. How to call with this fc objects dot execute this session and this dequel. Now we have to write this execute dequel body. I mean, this body here logic, right? This logic we have to write. So we will write tomorrow. But before that, let me share you this class with you so that you at least have a look on it. You can just copy.
So this is only to create the document, right? Or to upload the document.
It's just to upload a document. Now, I mean, see, we have created a, uh,
Folder means cabin.
I mean, no, not cabin, both things, cabinet and folder, both. I mean, right. If you path only this, I mean, up to here, it will create a cabinet. If you write whole, it will create a cabinet and folder both. Here we have it will upload a document. Now just we have to write a code for verification, validation, you can say. Right, to validate whether our document is successful. I mean, this folder is created successfully, this document is created successfully, just to validate, right? And this validate. So we here we'll do this validation part. I mean, tomorrow onward, I will write a code over here. I mean, here I will write a logic, and then we will execute it. So this will lot. I mean, all things. Here, your concept will be clear for session. I mean, maximum what you need to remember basically this session creation,
Okay.
and nobody will going to ask you further if you able to answer this session creation.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, again, don't say that you have done, but you just tell them you know how to
I'm
do that,
aware of the question.
and tell them this is the way. I mean, first client action like this, like this, like this.
Okay. Okay. I think, okay. You earlier explained step names only when creating
Hmm.
the program. So, sir, I means internal, right? Or
Where I this
no,
IDF you are saying this I you are
no,
talking about
no.
I for interface.
Interface. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
got it.
So in Java there is a two things, class and interfaces.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So even
Class is a sub object, but interface. Uh,
yeah, interface is where you I mean class is where you define everything,
yes.
but
Understand?
interface where you have to define at runtime.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I
Only
mean
runtime we need to define.
right. So right. So IDF session they have created, but we have to create this session. I mean like this. So right. So I mean just go through this class versus interface. I mean just read tomorrow. I'll tell you now.
See in the Google or something.
Yeah. Class versus interface. What is the difference? I mean even some Java basics. Just try to read the Java basics.
Means Java tpoint.com.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
Yes.
That is the website. Maybe today I think most of the time
No problem. I mean it happens sometime. Okay. Thank you. If you have any query, just
yeah,
note.
actually that index server we will cover it later, no, sir.
Yeah.
Admin number.
Mm.
Yeah, so but one kind of question, but like content server means content server and workflow and these things are relating to functionalities as per the business requirement. We are need to design.
Mhm.
So index server purpose is only for taking the report purpose or only for identification purpose,
Just for searching purpose.
searching purpose.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, I explain you
You told me that
explore. Yeah, I mean, how the things get uploaded, how the things get indexed, like this.
not for retrieving any data or something, only for
Just for search, just search. Nothing. I mean, index server do nothing except search. Even I told you, I gave you example why we are uh, using for search only index server. Rest the content server do everything, but just for search because search into the database and into XML file. I mean, if you remember, I gave you example to search in a database or in XML. XML would be faster. Therefore, what we did, we change our. I mean, we replicate. We create a replica of our database to into a XML database, and then we start searching in case just for search only. We redirect our request to the XML database. That XML database is called index server or explore server, like this. I mean index server just we call it, but the actual name of that server is explore. The product name is explore.
yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah. Bye.